ECR minerals, rejuvenated and ready to drill for gold. I don't know how many of you heard of the story of ECR. It's been a fairly actively traded stock in the London market, and it's got quite a history to it. I came on board and come to the company. Disclaimer: I came on board in the company in April last year. I became the just part-time finance director, officially appointed in May, and I became the CEO by default on the 1st of September. Just a little bit about myself. I've worked in the mining industry for the last 22 years. I've developed 3 successful gold mines. First one I was an employee, but I was made a director after a year of joining them. Produced over 100,000 ounces per annum in Tajikistan, and the mine's still producing today, and it's currently owned by Zijin Mining, a large Chinese group. Second company was losing its mining licenses. I took that company, I was the CFO, put it into production, and it's still producing today. A relatively small mine, but it produces about 500-600 kilos a day. Last company, set up in 2004, and 2 of the other directors of ECR were involved in that company, Christian Dennis and Ivor Jones, both recent appointments in September. And we listed that company in 2004. It was renamed in 2013 to China Non-Ferrous Gold. We started off with approximately 1 million ounces of Russian resources. We converted that into a JORC standard. We took it up to over 5 million ounces. There's even more in the hills there. We completed a feasibility study, borrowed 120 million from the Chinese, brought Chinese investors on board, and spent 275 million putting the mine into production. It's a producing gold mine now, and it's going to produce some serious volumes of gold. So, and all 3 projects have been successful, and like I say, by default I became the CEO of ECR, but I'm going to make sure that ECR is as successful as the other projects we have worked with. We started off by raising £500,000 through Optiva Securities, which Christian, one of our co-directors, is the managing director of. We reduced our operating expenses and repaid Yorkville Advisors convertible loan facility. There'd been this continual Yorkville drawdown facility. Investors, whereby the company would borrow money and convert the loan into shares at a discount to the market price. Yorkville was continually selling into the market, so it was a guaranteed short. So I think there were a lot of investors out there who only took the stock in one direction, and ECR fell 99% over a 3-year period prior to myself coming into the company. Actually, even after I joined, it still dropped a further 30%, but we've turned around a bit of a corner at the moment. Simply, it's a matter of turning the story around. I mentioned Christian and Ivor. Christian Dennis is a stockbroker who was involved in listing Chryso Resources on the AIM market of the London Stock Exchange. He's got a substantial amount of experience working, particularly in corporate finance with mining companies. Based at Australian mining companies in New York. He worked for an Australian stockbroker in New York. Companies in London. He worked for Hitchens Harrison. He was the head of corporate finance there before he set up Optiva Securities. So, and he's a very supportive broker, and he's actively involved in the company, not just after his own interest, like a lot of the non-exec directors you do have on your boards. Ivor Jones is an executive director. He's there again, he was a competent person with Chryso when we first listed. He's got a lot of experience in the mining industry. He's a professional geologist. He was the head of Snowdon, which is as far as the geosciences division is concerned. He's a technical expert. He does resource models, drilling programs, finds the resources and finds an economic way to develop them. That's the type of expertise. You're only as good as the top level of your specialists in an exploration company. We completed the consolidation of the shares in November 2016. These are the corporate activities that we've completed during the last 5 months. Work-wise, we did a review of the Australian projects which the company had, and we had an analyst visit properties in November 2016. We have copies of his report up here, which we can distribute to anyone who's interested. We identified hard rock exploration targets which we're ready to drill and designed a drill program on them. We've just recently completed a review at the end of last year. We visited 3 directors, visited the SLM projects in Argentina. We identified a number of opportunities within these projects, and on Friday we put out a JORC compliant exploration, compliant mineral resource exploration target. ECR is continually engaged in reviewing other opportunities. We get a lot of projects across our desk each week, as Paul mentioned, CAF does as well. Introduction to ECR's projects. ECR acquired the Avoca and Baillieston projects in March 2016. There's significant potential for vein-hosted mineralisation, quartz vein style deposits, as well as deep glacier-style deep lead deposits. We produced there was an exploration target reported in April 2016, and we have 2 additional exploration licenses in at the moment for surrounding areas, which are currently being processed. In Argentina, we have 3 projects make up the SLN Gold project, a total of 7 tenements, all 100% owned. So it will be Australian assets 100% owned as well. JV 14, or the JV properties, we have, as I say, we reported a exploration target there on Alabra and also on, not on Maestro Aguero, but there's some quite high-grade veins which we've done quite a lot of work on in the past. Go back on. This is mineralisation from the Maestro Aguero rock chip samples, and as you can see, if you've got visible gold like that, then you must have fairly good grades. The previous work done didn't find a continuation of the high-grade mineralisation, so we will go back to that work later on. ECR also has some projects in the Philippines. We've earned a 25% interest in the Dangley project. Currently, because of the political situation in the Philippines, we're not doing any more work at the moment, but we're keeping the project on Roy's care and maintenance, and we are considering going back to it should the political climate change. Unfortunately, there's a minister in charge of resources in the Philippines who prefer, rather than developing the mining industry, to focus on ecotourism. So unfortunately, it's decimated a lot of companies which have been operating there in the past. I'll go a little bit more about the Avoca and Baillieston projects. Victoria is one of the world's most prolific gold provinces. There's been a total of 2,500 metric tons, or 80.4 million ounces produced in Victoria. That's from 1851 to 1998, the records which we had. So it's a very significant gold producer, and as you can see, these are where our 2 licenses are, Avoca and Baillieston. Avoca project's 115 square kilometres of territory, Baillieston is 97. Let me run through it quickly. We've got a research note which I'll put out. Most interestingly, there's 2 very significant mines operating in the area. Fosterville is the largest gold mine, which was recently acquired by Kirkland Lake Gold. It's 20 kilometres to the west of our Baillieston project, and it's currently the largest producer in Victoria. So we're in the right neighbourhood, we've got the right address. Costerfield Gold and Antimony Mine was owned by Mandalay Resources, and it's 30 kilometres southwest. Fosterville consists of both open pit and underground mines. Costerfield is a high-grade underground mine, averaging about 22 grams per tonne production through its plant. This is a JORC exploration targets which were produced by Snowden. To be honest, I think they're a bit understated, but they said there's anything between 74,000 and 1.2 million. I mean, we'd be surprised if anything less than 1 million ounces over all of our projects. There's something like 50 anomalies or zones of mineralisation, veins which we've identified or historically have been identified, which we're going to go back and re-explore, or we're exploring at the moment. Quite a lot of work's been done even during the last year, mainly with geochem, trench samples, chip samples. The drilling program's taken further. This is the Avoca area, and as you can see, there's a lot of historical mines in these areas. There's a Pyrenees mine which we'd like to do some further exploration on, Excelsior and Monte Cristo. There's another mine in one of the applications we applied for, the Great Leviathan. 100,000 ounces was mined there. Average grade was something like 17 grams per tonne. So high grade mineralisation. Most of these mines were mined between the 1850s and the early 1900s. And gold price didn't move during the entire 50-year, 60-year period. But and eventually it killed the mining industry because of the fact that the gold price didn't go up significantly during the period. But on these old mines, they used to mine with basically an average grade or a cut-off of about 15 grams per tonne. You talk to miners today about mining 15 grams per tonne. You've still got a lot of pillars left in those old mines. There's halos around them. There's extensions in different directions which weren't mined. There's lower grade mineralisation, which we're going to be drilling out at Baillieston soon. And the fact of the matter is that we think they can turn into great open pit opportunities. This is an open pit mine, which was mined during the 1990s, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And it was an old historical underground mine. A group found it, developed it, and they mined in the 1990s into a small open pit. And this is the Byron area we were going, we're going out where the drill program is at the moment, which is up near here. The historical open pit is just above us, so we're in the right vicinity. I could talk a little bit about the Byron project, but basically we have a number of reefs. The main Byron is up here, Central Byron. West Byron was never mined. We've got a high-grade reef on surface, or quartz vein on surface. We've got South. And we have a lot of others like this Maori reef across here where they're intersected drilling in the 1990s at 17 grams per tonne, 2 meters at 17 grams. And we also conducted quite a number of soil samples. You've got soil samples ranging from 0.1 to 3.8 grams per tonne, which for soil samples is very good. We've got chip samples ranging from up to 292 grams per tonne. So we've encountered some very good high-grade mineralisation in this area. We believe that with the halos around the outside of those quartz vein deposits, we've potentially got we could potentially have a open pit mining. So the drilling the truth will tell. I'll move on to Argentina. Our press release on Friday was about what we're doing in Argentina. These are the 3 prospects which we have, and I did briefly go over them before, but you can see the distance that they're spread out. They're not particularly wide. And we've also been looking at this plant site, which we mentioned in our announcement on Friday. When there were the 3 briefings, I, with myself and Christian, went across there, we were completely open-minded about Argentina and whether it was worth doing anything or not. We were very keen, and we found that the whole political climate completely changed at the end of 2015 when the previous president, Cristina, left office. Now we have a government which has got rid of currency controls, and the country's open for business again. And the previous problem was that you couldn't take your money back out of the country. We see that there's a substantial huge improvement in the investment climate. There's been a lot of work done on those projects. It just simply hasn't been collated, and we collated it all and put it into a report which we announced on Friday. We estimate between 108, around about 100. Let me have a look at some next slide. About 108 to 115,000 ounces at JV14, and that's only one target within our area. The other project we're looking at an average grade of around about 2 grams per tonne. The other project we're looking at 40 to 50,000 ounces, but at between 11.7 and 14 grams per tonne on Alabra. We have a substantial number of other projects within our area, including this Maestro Aguero, which is the front slide with the visible gold. We want to do some more work, and we want to get that up and running. We could have potentially reported this as a dual-conferred resource. The only thing was we hadn't done any QA/QC on the previous work, so unfortunately our consultant said no, we've got to go back to that QA/QC at probably another 2,300 metres of drilling, and we're looking at a inferred resource on these projects. The reason we like one other thing which encouraged us to develop the Argentinian assets further is that this is the president of Argentina with Xi Jinping from China. The Chinese have moved into Argentina in a big way. In 2014 there was $14 billion worth of investment in the country. There was recently an agreement signed, well, just before we got there in December, for another $35 billion of Chinese money. The Chinese have said they will provide all these infrastructure projects to redevelop China, including building a railway right throughout the entire country. The railway is partly to access the resources of the country, and the basis of it is that the Chinese are investing in there, they're taking their own workers, they're taking their own firms, and from my past experience with Chryso, when they do that, they're going to want to buy up everything. So we think if we can develop our projects, produce, we're talking about 140,000 ounces maybe at the moment, we get that up to the 300,000 ounce mark, we buy this small plant of Esperanza, or possibly build our own plant, put the infrastructure in place, then we believe we'll have a huge buyer out of the Chinese. But if not, if the project's profitable, we'll run with them ourselves. If not, we think the fact of the matter, but if we sell it to the Chinese, the fact that we've built a plant and we've done some test work and we've proved that we can actually produce gold, that'll de-risk the project, and there'll be potentially a lot of upside out of it. So, yeah. That's part of our strategy with Argentina. The Dangley project, quite a lot of work's being done. There's a 63,000 ounce resource, which is a bit disappointing. We think there's a lot more upside, and we think potentially there's another, well, even more than that, 95,000 ounces in the lower bound, and the upper bound up to another 170,000 ounces. There's an exploration target for Dangley. We're not doing anything in the Philippines at the moment, but we may go back to it. Thank you very much, and please ask me any questions.